Hi everyone! So I don't know if you all saw my last video, but I will link it up here. I was talking about what kind of videos that I like and don't like to watch on YouTube, and one of my favorite videos to watch are tag videos. And I was saying how I've been thinking about coming up with my own tag because I just think that would be so fun, and so that kind of pushed me to sit down and actually think about a tag and write down some questions. And these are questions that if I could ask my favorite YouTubers whatever I wanted that was makeup related, these are the kind of questions that I would ask them and be curious to know. So I think we're just going to jump straight into the tag. This is going to be a my makeup journey tag, and I am so excited about this, and I hope that you guys who are watching get inspired and want to do this tag yourselves, because I would love to know your answers, because I just think it would be so fun to get to know everyone. So we're just going to jump straight into it, and all these questions will also be down in the description box as well. If you want to copy paste them and do the tag for yourself, you're more than welcome to. So I'm just going to jump into it. It's going to have 10 questions, and question number 1 is, how old were you when you started wearing makeup? So for me, I want to say that I was probably around 12 years old, and I didn't really wear a lot of makeup. Honestly, the only thing that I wore was a black pencil in my waterline, and it looked absolutely ridiculous, but that's how I started, and that's what I wore for probably about 2 years straight without adding any other products. And I'm sure my family were all like, that doesn't look good. Question number 2 is, have you gone through any makeup phases you look back on now and think, what the fuck was I doing? And so for me personally, I want to say that this was when I was probably 14 years old, and I started getting a little bit more into makeup, and so I would add on to my liner and my waterline by really plucking my brows, because there was this one girl in school that had the thinnest, and I thought they were the most perfect brows. It was literally just like a tiny stripe of hairs, and I just thought it looked so cool, and like everybody was copying her because she was a cool girl. So I would do my brows the same way, not that I have any hairs to begin with, but I would literally pluck out like all my brows, and then I would do the waterline, and then sometimes I would put on a little bit of lip gloss, and it just looked awful. Like, it looked really bad. Looking back at some of my old pictures, I wish I could show you, but all the pictures from my childhood and from school are back in Norway with my mom. So when I go back home next, I'm going to try to get some of those photos, because I would love to show them to you guys. But that was not a good phase for me, and it probably lasted for about 2 years, I want to say. So question number 3, have you ever been in a makeup rut where you did the same look for a very long period of time? If so, do tell. So I want to say probably like 5 years or so ago, when I kind of thought I knew what I was doing with makeup, but honestly I had no idea. But I would do, so I would do foundation, I would do powder, I would do eyeliner, mascara, and then I would always put like a shimmery pink on my lid with my finger, and that would be like the whole eye look. And I thought it looked really cool. I didn't wear any blush, I didn't wear any bronzer. It would just be like my flat face with a shimmery pink lid, and it didn't look that great. But I mean, sometimes I got compliments on my makeup, and who knows, I mean, I also wasn't doing my brows at all back then, so can't say I was proud of that, but thankfully that time is over now. Question number 4 is, what was your first high-end purchase? And this one was really hard for me, because I didn't buy really any high-end stuff until I came to the States for the first time and I saw a Sephora. Because when I lived in Norway, I would mostly buy my makeup at like H&M and places like that, because I just didn't know any better, and they only had like Maybelline and L'Oreal and like all the drugstore brands that you would have here. So I think the first high-end makeup purchase that I made was either the Naked 2 palette, or I also know I bought one of those Urban Decay Vice palettes back in the day. One of those really colorful ones. I can't remember which one, but I will put a picture up here if I can find it. So it was either one of those, and I know that back then I was so drawn to colors as well. So I mean, I guess I've always kind of been a very colorful person. I've always loved wearing colors on my clothes, and even on my makeup, even though I wasn't good at it, I still would just like slap one color all over my lid and call it a day. But at least I still started using colors, you know? So I think those were one of my first purchases. Question number 5. What makeup item have you repurchased the most, and how long has it been in your rotation? Okay, so this one's a little tough, because the makeup items that I used to purchase all the time are not in my rotation anymore, because I've found better items that I like more now that I've started experimenting more with makeup. So, but the first couple of things that every time I came to the States, I would go to Sephora, I would stock up and take them back home, were the Buxom mascara, which is still really good, don't get me wrong, but I have found out other mascaras now that I like more. And also the Steel Waterproof Glide On Liner, or like the liquid pen liner, and that one is also really good, and I haven't used it in a while. I still have one unopened in my drawer because I got it as a gift last year for Christmas, so I need to pull that one out again because I used to really like that. But the amount of those products that I have bought, maybe I'll actually go into my Sephora purchases and put it up on the screen how many of those items I've bought, because it's got to be like maybe 10 or more, I don't even know, but it's a lot. So those were definitely like staples in my makeup rotation. Question number 6. What does your family and friends think about your makeup obsession? And I almost said addiction at first, but it's obviously not a makeup addiction. It's more a passion, I suppose, but I have not been seriously into makeup for that long. I haven't like started buying multiples of different products to try out and experiment as much for that long. So I want to say maybe like a year and a half now that I've really started getting like curious about trying different items from different brands and just like see what works and what doesn't. So I want to say that they probably think that I am spending a little bit too much on makeup, but I also know that they support me and that they think it's really cool that I've started my channel. And I honestly don't talk to my family that much because they live in Norway, so you know, it's tough to keep in touch that often when you live so far apart. But I do know that they think it's fun that I've started my channel and that they support me, and that maybe they think I'm crazy but they don't say anything, but I know they're happy for me regardless. Question number 7. What and who inspires the way you wear your makeup? For me, I'd say it comes from a lot of places. I take inspiration from a lot of YouTubers, and I can't just mention one, but I will tag a lot of people down below, even though you can't actually tag people on YouTube, but I will link a lot of channels down below that I would love to see do this tag. And if you guys have any people that you want to see do this tag, please let them know and tell them about my tag video so they can watch it. So there's a lot of people. There's also just like being outside, watching nature, and sometimes when I see really interesting color combinations out and about, I will kind of like either write them down or take a picture of something that inspires me. And then maybe I will do a look out of it at one point, or just like take inspiration from magazines, not necessarily makeup magazines, but again, like I get really inspired by just seeing different colors together, if that makes any sense. So I like to kind of experiment with like placements and stuff myself, but for colors, I do think it's really cool to just keep an open mind and keep your eyes open and see what's around you, because you can literally take inspiration from anything. And I also think that I want to start a series on my channel where I take inspiration from like random pictures. Maybe you guys even want to send me some pictures that I can take inspiration from and make looks from. I don't know, but something like that might be kind of fun, because I do really like to try to come up with stuff from something that I see in front of me. But yeah, I've just always been a creative person, so I think it just kind of comes naturally to me. Question number 8. Describe your current makeup style in 3 words. This one is tough, but I think I'm going to have to at least say playful, because I do really enjoy playing with makeup and trying new things, and it might not always come out that great, but at least I try, and the fact that I try, I feel like it really makes me better at makeup eventually, even though I fail sometimes. So I do like to really play with makeup, so playful would definitely be one of them. Also, I want to say bold, even though sometimes I don't use very strong colors, but it's always like very bright colors. So bright can also be bold, even if it's not like dark and mysterious, you know? So I would say playful and bold, and then just different maybe, because I don't see a lot of people doing makeup the way that I do makeup, so I like being different in a lot of ways, clearly, because I have colored hair, and I already know who I have to blame for that, and that's Betty Jean. I will leave her channel up there because she's the one who inspired me to dye my hair in a crazy color, so thank you for that. So yeah, I guess my words would be different, playful, and bold, and I would love to hear yours. Question number 9. What pushed you to start your YouTube channel? Now, for me, I had been watching beauty YouTube for maybe 8 or 9 months, and when I first found a beauty community, honestly, it was the only thing that I did for that whole period of time. I would just sit down whenever I had any free time. I would sit down and just binge watch. I did not watch any TV during that time. I didn't watch really any movies at all, and I was just like so into the community that I wanted to become a part of it, because I found so many channels and so many people that I really looked up to and that I wanted to become friends with, and I didn't know how. And so I felt like if I made a channel, maybe there would be a way for me to get in touch with some of the people that I watch all the time without it being like weird and awkward, because I just want to make friends, you know? I don't have a lot of friends in real life, so I found this to be a very good like conversation starter and to really find people who have the same passions as I do and interests. And I'm just so happy that I actually decided to start my channel, because it's been so fun so far. And the last question is, do you still think you'll be on YouTube in 3 years? Now, I thought about making this 5 years, but I figured 3 years is kind of more realistic, because you never know what's going to happen in 5 years. Like, a lot can change, but 3 years is more of like I might be able to think 3 years ahead. So for me, having just started my channel is tough to say, but I really hope that I am, because I have just had so much fun in the little while that I've been on YouTube. And honestly, on days where I don't put up a video, I kind of feel a little bit empty, because I get so excited when I put up videos that whole day is just like so exciting for me, because I'm like, is anyone going to comment or anybody going to watch my video? And it's exciting, it's fun. I love talking to you all, and it's just been such a fun journey so far. So that was it for this tag video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if there are anybody that you want to see do this tag, let them know. And like I said, I will also put a lot of people's channels down in the description box, and these are all people that I really respect and that I hope would maybe do this tag as well. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!